In life, you're raised by one of two kinds of people. The first one is the kind of people who don't communicate with what you might like and use you as a medium to do something that they wanted to do but couldn't for whatever reason. And then there's the second kind of people who are more compassionate for your being, let's say. And those are the kind of people who tells you to follow your dream. But there's also a problem that lies with this, and it is hardly ever spoken of. The kind of people that tells you to follow your dream usually tells you how to follow it, but it's hardly ever addressed why you should follow your dream, or even more importantly, should you follow your dream? And these are important questions. The first question I have found an answer to some degree, and that is that you need a dream to follow, because to follow a dream means to set a goal, and you need that to offset the suffering that you're gonna come across in your life very, very often. Because the way life is structured is tragic and it's cruel. It tells you often that you're not worth the life that you're given. And so what a dream provides you is a medium to chase after the betterment of yourself, so that even though you know you're not good enough, you can always justify that by saying at least you're chasing after it by chasing your dream. The second question, should you follow your dream, is a much harder question that I've had to deal with. There's a line in the song Time that I particularly like that goes something like, "You are young and life is long, and there is time to kill today. And then one day you find out 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun." It was the case for me, at least in reference to this song, that I started running around 10 years too early. I started chasing after my goals and my dreams madly when I was around 14 years old. And by the age of 22, I had achieved everything that I was able to dream of as a 14-year-old boy and more. But I've also found out that there's a consequence to that, and that the pursuit of one's dream might not be the glorious triumph that it's often portrayed to be. And so at the age of 22, the consequence was that even though I've had lots of success in my life, at least within the realm of how I define success, I didn't have a teenage life in the traditional sense. And on a lot of occasions, and this is something that I'm not particularly proud to proclaim, I had to put the needs of my family behind the pursuit of my dreams. And that part of my judgment is something that I've often questioned. But at the same time, that's what's required to attain your dreams if you're chasing it at that level. I didn't get to experience the wonders of the adolescent life all throughout my teenage years. And so by the end of my teenage years, I found out that I had become socially impaired. I couldn't really have social interactions with people, especially my peers. I didn't know how to strike a conversation, and those were the consequences of me neglecting everything else in my life for the pursuit of my dreams. And when you're chasing your dreams on that level, and if you especially don't have someone else that is pursuing their own dreams on the same level as you do, that can relate to what you're going through, it gets incredibly lonely. And you have to cope with that. So I suppose the message that I'm trying to convey to all of this is that it is very important to clarify your values, because your values will define your actions, and those actions will define your life. What do you value? Is it just your selfish aspirations? Or is it the refinement of the relationships that you've been blessed with? And there's really no escape from this, because it's been made abundantly clear that not following your dreams can drown you in sorrow and regret. But there is also consequence in following your dream. And so, either way, whatever choice you make, you're gonna suffer the consequences. Do you really want your dreams to come true? Considering all the consequences, are you willing to make those sacrifices? If you can answer that for yourself, you can answer if you should follow your dream.